What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with JesseW, and today we're going to go over a day trading recap with a live trade. Check it out. Well, now today was interesting because while I did catch a good trade, I had a lot of stuff going on today and it distracted me and it affected my trading. Check it out. All right, guys. So today I traded OCG. This is one of those NFT stocks that's had a lot of hype behind it over the last couple days. Well, over the last day, really. And we caught a real nice trade on it here at daytraderchatroom.com. If you don't know about the daytraderchatroom.com, that's my chat room, but it's not just a chat room. When you become a full-time member, you get access to all my courses as well, which are right there along with the video lesson library that I think it already has like 100 videos. I mean, we have so many videos on that video lesson library. It's insane. I suspect that by the end of the year, we'll have upwards of 250 videos. So if you want to check us out, I'm going to leave a link in the description and comment section. You can come join us for 5 days for $5 and you can get access to a dashboard just for you where you're going to have access to some of our programs, so you can just kind of test them out and figure it out, as well as access to the live chat. Okay, so check that out. I'm gonna leave it in the description and comment section. Also, guys, if you want, you go ahead and check out Webull. Link in the description and comment section. You download the app, you fund your account with $100 and you get 2 free stocks. So take advantage of that because it's free money. And let's go over the watch list. We're gonna go over the watch list. Here it is. This is how the morning started off. Morning started off very simple. Looking at this morning, all the gap scanners right here. These are the trade idea scanners. These are the trade idea scanners that I use every single day to find stocks to trade, right? I use those and I'm looking for pretty much anything that's gapping up a lot, that's showing some strength. I typically like to trade them, if they have 20 million shares in the float or less, but I will trade higher floats. I don't really care. I'll trade them as long as they have range and as long as they have volume. And I like to see some sort of fundamental catalyst or some sort of trend or social media hype behind the name, something that's going to show me that there is volume that can be there. Okay, so that's what I like to look for. Those are trade idea scanners. There's a link in the description section below of the video, and you can get the coupon code that I have there. Now, once I identify my tickers, I go and look and see if there's any news on them. Okay, this is my morning routine. I look and see if there's any news on them, and then I start writing them up. And here's my watch list this morning: LAZR, UPST, BHTG, which I deleted off the watch list. I didn't like its action. NEOS, TCAT, because we were looking to see if there was continuation on it from yesterday due to the NFT hype. OCG, same thing, NFT hype, and then GME, just like a little back burner, waiting for that one to finally roll itself over, because it keeps trading in $200 land like if it belongs there. So yeah, maybe it'll stay there, who knows? These things have a mind of their own sometimes, right? Especially with a cult following. So this morning, one of the ones I really liked a lot was UPST. My focus truly was TCAT and OCG, but had these two not existed today, TCAT and OCG, I would have been all over this UPST. Okay, UPST, 44 million shares in the float, has Q4 results that exceeded expectations, watching for $80 area to hold support on pullbacks, has possible room to $90s to $100. The low of day on this one is 81.96. I don't think we could have called it any better. Popped right off of that with super nice volume, pulled in, and got underneath VWAP. VWAP resistance, for me personally, my entry on this thing would have been, had I traded it, and we'll go over my actual trade and live trade in a minute, would have been either right here on this retest of VWAP, or I would have waited for the break of high of day and then another retest of this area right here. Either one could have been safe entries for me, and I would have taken those. Let's take a look and see if there was any Fibonacci levels that were lining up there at the time. Okay, we had none. At that point, we really had none. So we could disregard them, and I would have just gone off of that, right? Prior to this, check out the daily level, $90. Okay, this $90 level was a potential resistance zone. So right now, we could have expected it to maybe be support. So I would have definitely looked to have gotten long on confirmation of that support, old resistance now becoming new support holding. We get that pullback, low volume, and right on this candle, on this next candle, This would have been my confirmation. I know myself, I probably would have jumped in there somewhere between $93 to $94 and held a stop just underneath this level and looked to see if we can get a pop back up here to 98. Would have taken some profit off up there and then held on to some for the extension. Knowing myself, I probably would have been flat right here over $100 because that's what I said. My watch list right here, 90s to 100. I would have been flat there. I just know myself and I would have been flat. This thing did not care and just continued to go. And now it's holding up pretty decently. I'd watch, see if it comes back down here and test VWAP $100 level, right? So that one would have been a super nice trade. However, that wasn't my trade. My trade this morning was OCG, sorry. This was my trade this morning, OCG. And the reason that this was my trade was because I was watching TCAT. Now let me grab the TCAT chart here, a little bit separate on my trade ideas charts real quick. And let me bring this one over. Let's move the watch list from the Day Trader Chat Room's dashboard to the side. And TCAT. TCAT opened up, pushed, right? Big range, okay, from $28 and change upwards of 34. Rejected, came all the way back down here to $26 area. We said to watch this one to see if it would hold 25 as potential support. Why 25? Well, if we scroll back, here's yesterday's high. Boom, 25. And today it held right above it. And look, up until right now, boom. So we said, let's watch for 25 to hold support. It's right here on the watch list. TCAT, watching to see if 25 area holds support on pullbacks, yesterday's high, right? We came in there, held the general area and started to pop. When I noticed that, we had already done this action here and we began to hold this $12 area, okay, on OCG. My level on OCG, if you come over to the watch list again, watching for yesterday's high around 11 to hold support. Has room potentially to over 20. That was my back of the mind target on OCG. OCG pulled in, held that area. When TCAT finally found its bottom and started to bounce back up, this one started to find its bottom. The moment I realized it started to find its bottom, I took a starter position. Took a starter position, a small entry at $12.73, and I said I would add to full size on a break over VWAP, $13 area. And my first take profit was going to be up here. Now, when that happened, I started to get an order ready, and you'll see in the live trade where I started to get my order ready at $13.95 and to take some off. And I was looking to take some more off up here and then the rest as we squeezed. That was my plan on the trade. The trade worked out beautifully. I don't think we could have called it any better. Okay? We halt at 14. This thing gaps up to $16. Look at that. That is insane. That is a great move. Okay? I said, you know, I would take more profits off up here above 16. And then I would have a stop underneath 14. Why 14? Simple. You got this previous 14.50. You had the VWAP and 90 MA lining up with this halt price of 14. I said, this is great. And as a matter of fact, it could be a re-entry. And I considered re-entering the trade, but I was waiting for confirmation, kind of like the confirmation we saw over on UPST. We don't get that confirmation here. It just drifts. This began to show maybe potential confirmation, but then at that point we were under the halt price, we were under 14, we were under the 90 MA, we were under VWAP. So I wasn't going to play with that. And the moment it went up there to test that previous level of 14.50, look at the resistance it found, rejected, and faded. It's actually showing tremendous weakness compared to TCAT. So this is relative weakness compared to TCAT over here. This thing still has not found the bottom. All right, now let me grab the live trade over here and I'm going to show you what happened to me today. It's still a good day. You know, there's no way around it. It's a good day. I made good profit on the trade, but I left a ton on the table. 500 shares only. Just because I know my risk, you know, this thing can flush nasty and I'm not looking to get flushed nasty on this thing, right? So I was in here at the 250, added on the VWAP break to another 250 shares and was looking to get the push. If we got the push, it was going to be a good trade. Now you can see here, I just finished putting in a limit order of $13.95, right? This is my order entry box, and here's my other order entry box. I always keep this one on market because I entered this trade on market orders. And if I have to stop out of it, I'm going to stop out of it on market orders. Now I want to take profits on the ask. So I start to get one ready here just to take off 100 shares on the ask at $13.95, just to lighten the load a little bit, just in case we get a nasty rejection like this candle right here. Okay, so press play, and you'll see what happens. Right here, I still have 250 shares. I haven't updated this to 500. Now watch. I come over here. Look, you saw how I changed it? See? Boom, 500. I put 500 shares there. And in my mind, since I was so distracted this morning, I end up just living here. I completely forget about this. I thought that this was this. And then instead of clicking sell here to put an order on the ask, I market order out of my entire position way too early. So you'll see here, I come back. You see the stock starts to squeeze. We're up at 1360s, okay? Average cost is 1287, pretty nice trade already. So I'm like, okay, let me get ready to put my 100 shares on the ask. That'll leave me 400 shares for the move through high of day. I go over here and I start hovering over the sell button right here instead of hovering over the sell button over here. Total fail. But hey, this happens. And you know what? It's not going to be the last time that it happens to me or it happens to you or anybody else. We will hit the wrong button at times. We will hit the wrong hotkey at times. It's human error. It's human error. So here we go. We're squeezing up to 1369 on the ask. I'm like, you know what? We're going to get that pop. Let me just put my little 100 shares on the ask. I'm going to hold on to the bulk. And if we get that push through, you know, those 400 shares can easily make me another $1,000, right? Easily. Look what I do. I click sell right there. My whole position gone. When that happened and I saw that disappear, I just put my hand on my forehead and I looked like a kid that was playing with a puppy and somebody took it away. I was so mad, so disappointed. I was extremely angry. And I just couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. I really still can't believe it. Because when I'm right, I expect to get paid properly. Just like when I'm wrong, I expect to lose money accordingly. Now, when I'm wrong on a play and I traded my plan, I don't get mad. Why would I get mad? I'm not going to get mad, right? I'm not going to get mad. So when I'm right and I user error, right? Or something else out of my control, like a platform glitch hurts me, then I get mad. Because if when I'm right, I expect to get paid properly, right? Well, you know, I got to chalk it up to myself. Like I said this morning, I was extremely distracted. My kid with a fever. I was having, I was up a little bit, not up a little bit late. I was late this morning trying to gather everything going. And it was just distraction. And as you can hear right now, you hear the pings of text messages flying through my computer. Extremely distracting morning. Okay, it's just an extremely distracting morning. And all that coupled together really messed with my head. And it's nobody's fault but myself, right? Now, I did take some comfort in that after this happened to me, this thing squeezed up, got halted right there, and I'm like, okay, well, members in chat, is anybody in on this thing? And some members were in on it. I was like, okay, good. At least some people, you know, are able to partake in this trade that I was in, and I let people know, okay, you know what? This is a good teaching opportunity. What I would do is the following, and I started to say that I would take profits off out of the halt as we squeezed, you know, put orders out on the ask. And I said, right in here, as soon as we opened up, I said over 16, I take profits. Not all of them, right? I had, let's say my plan would have come to fruition, 100 shares off right here. I'd have 400 off here. I'd take 200 off more up here, above 16, take 200 more off, and then I'd hold the stop under 14. That was my plan on it after, you know, it opened up, and it would have worked out well. You know, it would have been a really nice trade. It would have been a good trade. When we started to get this new retest of 17 and didn't break out, I said I'd take off another 50 or 100 shares in this range just in case. and it would have been a banger trade. You know, it just would have been. I'm just glad members in chat were able to partake and do well with it. And I'm glad, you know, I had a nice green day. Here, I'll show you my orders real quick here. You can see 1273 entry, 13 add, 1366 flat. What can I do? It's just the name of the game. You know, it happens. And tomorrow's a new day, right? All right, guys, so that's it. That's the lesson of the day. And the lesson is you got to be focused. At least today, even though the focus issue I had in the morning still wound up with a real nice green day. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts. Drop them in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hit that notification bell so you're alerted next time I upload my video. Smash the like button, and I'll catch you on the next one.